Hi class, it's Dr. Gertis, and I just want to spend a little time reviewing your syllabus with you and talking about what you're going to be doing over the course of the semester. I understand that at a distance you sometimes feel disconnected. Don't feel like that. I'm an email away. You can come to my office if you're here locally if you want to talk about something, or we can talk on the phone, or we can Skype. Professor Gertis is my Skype name. Just tell me when, so we can set up a time. Okay, so here, this is Business 623, Business Ethics from a Christian Perspective. This is fall 2016. And so look at the required books: The Financial Crisis and the Free Market Cure, the APA Manual, Our Souls at Work. I think Our Souls at Work, the bookstore might not have, because it's not being, or it's out of print, but you can find it. That's great. You can find it on Amazon really, really cheap. Quattro, Executive Ethics 2. This is the one that I was talking about today. This is the green covered book. If it looks like this in a green cover and says 2 on it, you're in good shape. And that the first edition has nothing to do with the second edition. It's a whole different batch of professors and their chapters. Stevens, Doing God's Business, and The Elements of Style I require every semester. There's a number of articles you'll see here online. Those are posted into Blackboard each week. And then let me scroll down a little bit. You can read some of the other material, but I want to scroll down to what's due. So here you'll have essentially an ongoing project over the course of the semester that kind of weaves through a number of different categories. So before I get to that, you'll have a worldview exam that's based on Reality 101 and 201, which I talk about, and it's my material where I'm in class talking to others, and you'll get to hear that. That's the only part where I'll be teaching directly as in a classroom session. Otherwise, I'm just guiding you through things. Then you have the Graduate Writing Standards Test. Now, this was developed a couple semesters ago because I would get horrible writing sometimes from students who were just so confident that they had the greatest writing ever, and I'm a great writer, because they had perhaps professors who didn't correct them and gave them an A because it was easier just to, here's your grade. So here, what I'm doing, if you read the Elements of Style and you have a really good handle on the Elements of Style and you understand APA, you should do fine. It might take you a time or two to get it done. And this is, you can take the test as many times as you want. It's 0 points or 25 points. You have to get all 10 questions right in order to get 25 points. But there's a huge pool of questions. So you're not going to get the same question every time. So it's not easy to game the system. You have to really understand basics of writing. If you do, you'll get it very quickly. If it takes you 10 or more attempts, you need to spend more time on your writing. If it takes you 30 attempts, you really, really, really need to spend more time writing. On your writing when you get to that. Okay, discussion boards. So discussion boards are going to be, there's an individual part, and then there's a response where it's requiring you to interact with each other to kind of, make sense. So for example, you'll all pick different companies. So one person has Microsoft, another person has Boeing, another person has maybe an airline, another person has I already said Microsoft, another person has Google, and then you'll compare the companies and kind of rank them based on the criterion that you've had. That would be the kind of thing that you'll do in the interaction part. And then finally you have a DP, a final product, which is your final, this is how we've come out in our ranking, or a paper or something along those lines. So it follows a certain flow. So your first discussion board is company evaluation and stewardship. So you're going to take your stock, and these are all publicly traded companies. You're going to find the symbol, how old the company is, how long has it been profitable, earnings, all those kind of things, PE ratio. You can find all those very easily just punching into Google Finance or something, the stock name. Now, you're going to be learning some things from One Up on Wall Street. This is a perennial classic, and it will teach you all the things that I'm asking you to do. So don't be afraid. I fully recognize it. I spent the last 5 years as a director of graduate programs in the School of Business. So I fully recognize we not only have MBA students, but we have MA in organizational leadership students, and now a few MS in human resource management students. I completely get that you're not familiar with all these things, but if you can read, you can do this, because this is not really hard. It's not requiring you to do hardly any math, if any. Okay, it's going to be very simple. Just follow the steps. Okay. Now, that's DP1, and that's what I'm asking you to do. It's DP2, investing in stewardship. Examine your chosen company in light of the intelligent investment criteria from One Up on Wall Street, and then evaluate every other company in your team, and then as a team rank these companies. Okay. And then in 3, worldview and ethics. This is where the worldview and ethics stuff that I was talking about is going to come into play. And number 4 is economics and policies. I'm asking you to answer a number of questions about, is the company dependent on the government, or what regulations are involved, or does it appear to be involved in unethical behavior based on the research that's out there, or you're going to have to do some research about your company. Okay? Then interact with each other, rank the companies. Number 5, DP5, values and discrimination. What's their ethics statement or value statements? You can go find that right on the company website. And then I'm asking you to evaluate this. Is this ethically right in light of a biblical worldview? Rank order your findings. Customers and stakeholders, number 6. I'm asking you to answer a number of questions, a minimum of 10 online articles, 10 articles per person. So based on your research, how does the company treat stakeholders? Now, when you're looking at articles, I don't want you to just check off a list. Yes, I have 10. Find 10 meaningful ones that will help guide your understanding. Okay? Then review each other's findings and create a Boston Consulting Group matrix. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. You'll find out what a Boston Consulting Group matrix is. It's really easy to understand. And that's where we are with that. Number 7, leadership. I'm asking who are the top leaders, how long have they been in place, are they equipped to handle this, and to think through this. Number 8, I'm asking you for an executive summary of your final project, and then I'm asking you to create multiple drafts, first, second draft, and then final draft. I found that when I asked you to really do drafts of the final project, now, if you do this, you will have a better product and you will get a better grade, rather than leave something in with all the problems that are associated and then I have to take you down for grammar or format or something along those lines. I'm here to help. I want you to do well, but you have to do the work in order to get there. And then the final project, as a class, you will submit one final project. So ultimately, even though you're working in a team most of the semester, when you get to about week 7, 8, that's or the discussion for each of these, for number 8, I think it is, where you get to the final project, now you're dealing with it as a class, okay? Final class project. Now, there's going to be leadership roles, and so I need 2 of you to volunteer to be a class leader and somebody who is a grammarian to be the editor-in-chief. That is the person that will ensure that the document has no errors, that their spelling's fine, that the writing's right, all those kind of things. And then I need one person from each team to be the team leader for the team, the editor, the researcher, and a liaison who will work with all the other teams when we get to the end of the semester. Okay? So you have to discuss that on your own and figure that out. I will, at the end of the semester, allow you to evaluate each other. And if somebody is not doing their work all semester, take their grade down. That's appropriate. That's the thing that ought to be done. I had one person in a team evaluation a number of years ago get a 6. That was 0.6 out of 100. And that was too high. They did nothing all semester. Okay? You will have the chance to evaluate each other, and I'm asking you right now to look very carefully at each other and make sure that you're grading them appropriately. And appropriately means based on what they've done. Okay? You'll take 4 quizzes over the course of the semester on these books: One Up on Wall Street, The Financial Crisis and the Free Market Cure. Executive ethics will factor into the final exam, but it won't be part of the quizzes. Doing God's Business and Our Souls at Work. And then the final exam is cumulative. It's on everything that you've learned. So this is what your assignments look like over the course of the semester. You'll see the same flow over the course of the semester. And then you have our grading scale. I need to you to pay attention to something here quickly for the grading scale. The top 8 points, 92 to 100, is an A. Then the next 10 points, okay, from 82 to 91.99999 is a B or B plus. And then the next 12 points is a C. Okay, so the progressively dumber you get, the more generous we are with the grade. But if you want to get an A, you got to be up in the top 8 points. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear right now. Academic integrity, please do not cheat. I've had to deal with people who have plagiarized or otherwise cheated, and they are no longer in the program, and you don't want them to be in the program, because when you get your degree and you hang it on your wall, you don't want cheaters to have the same degree that you do. Okay, so that's appropriate. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you, here's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I want you to read this. I want you to then engage on Wednesday in your discussion board 1, and by Friday, rank each company. The following week, here's what you read in One Up on Wall Street, and then engage in discussion board 2, finish your quiz, and then here's your DBR2. Then the following week, we're starting into worldview. Here is what I'm asking you to read. Complete your DB2, or DP2 right here, and then start your DP3. Okay, that's starting into worldview. And then the following week, you're going to read this, and then you're going to complete your DBR3, your DP3, and your worldview exam. Okay. I did not list the graduate writing exam. It is on here, and I did not list it. I just realized that I hadn't listed this. So what I need you to do is I'm going to put it into week 4. So I give you plenty of time to have completed it. Okay. So somewhere in week 4, probably Friday of week 4. That's where. Oh no, I did list it. I'm sorry. It's right here at the end of week 2. Okay. So I want you to. You're going to need to complete your graduate writing exam at the end of the week 2. Then again, it's just read and do what I asked you to do, read and do what I asked you to do all the way through here. And that's pretty much it. Okay? So thank you for your time and your attention here. If you have any questions about the semester, please let me know, and I will be happy to help you or assist you in any way that I can. Thanks. Talk to you later.